What's worse than being alone? I think it's feeling like you don't belong. Feeling like you don't belong because you can be surrounded by people and still feel completely disconnected and alone. You can sit at a table and feel like the outsider. You can be part of a group and still wonder if anyone really, truly sees you. And honestly, I think more people struggle with belonging than they're willing to admit. Aloha ʻohana. Today we're talking about universal human right number 15, the right to a nationality. Now, when most people hear that, they think passports, citizenship, government paperwork. But underneath all of that is something deeply human: the need to belong, the need to know this is my place. These are my people. I matter here. Because human beings are never designed to do life completely alone. We are not islands. I live on an island in the middle of the Pacific, and Hawaii is one of the most secluded places on the planet when it comes to distance. So, I think one of the quietest forms of pain is feeling disconnected. Not rejected outright, just never fully included, never fully understood, never feeling like you fit fully. And when people experience that long enough, they start shrinking themselves. They stop speaking up, stop participating, stop showing up authentically. Not because they have nothing to offer, but because they no longer feel like they belong. As I mentioned, I was born and raised in Hawaii. I understand the power of identity and how powerful that can be. Our culture teaches us about ʻohana. ʻohana is family. It's about communication, connection, about knowing where you come from. And I've learned something over the years. People become stronger when they know who they are, and they become stronger when they know they belong. That is why we always say ʻohana means family. Family, you never get left behind. It is funny here in Hawaii. You'll see or you'll hear people call you, like auntie or uncle. You're not truly blood related, but because of the way it is, the culture here, the respect is that you just call your elder auntie or uncle. And so, yeah, I work at the airport, and it is rather nice to hear, auntie, do you want me to put this in here? Like that, they ask, oh, auntie, is this okay? Yeah. And it's that respect. So it's good. But I want to ask you this question. Where do you feel most at home? Not geographically, but emotionally, spiritually, relationally. Where are the places where you don't have to perform? You can just simply be yourself. Because human right number 15 reminds us of something important. Every human being deserves connection. Every human being deserves belonging. And every human being deserves a place where they feel seen, valued, and welcomed. Every human being deserves that. And that is a human right to belong. So let me share my screen and we will watch the video for number 15. Sorry.
Human rights is
This is good. Let's watch this.
Geez, that's a good question. Human rights. That's tough.
Wow.
I don't even know how to give that a definition.
I would probably have to do a little bit of homework or something. Any right that I think just as a normal, human,
The rights that humans have.
that's a very long debate.
To mindset.
Tú le puedes preguntar a 20 personas y te van a dar 20 diferentes opiniones.
Non saprei, è una domanda complicatissima.
Some kids say.
That we just take it for granted that they're there, but we consider what they are.
Human rights are the rights you have simply because you're human. It's how you instinctively expect and deserve to be treated as a person, like the right to live freely, to speak your mind, and to be treated as an equal. There are many kinds of rights. Most apply to a certain group. But human rights are the only ones that apply to absolutely everyone, everywhere. That means kids, old people, poor people, basketball players, garbage men, rappers, teachers, Africans, Indians, Albanians, Christians, Muslims, Kabbalists, atheists, your mom, your dad, your next door neighbor, and you all have the exact same human rights. In other words, they're universal. But the question remains, what are they?
Name the human rights?
What the human rights are?
The right to live, equality between all peoples.
Right to religion, the right to...
Is there supposed to be a list somewhere I should be aware of?
According to the United Nations, there are a total of 30 human rights, which are usually lumped together and called simply human rights. They're all listed out in a Universal Declaration of Human Rights, which is the world's most widely accepted document on the subject. But it was a long time in coming. At first, there were no human rights. If you were in with the right crowd, you were safe. If you weren't, well, you weren't. But then a guy named Cyrus the Great decided to change all that. After conquering Babylon, he did something completely revolutionary. He announced that all slaves were free to go. He also said people had the freedom to choose their religion, no matter what crowd they were part of. They documented his words on a clay tablet known as the Cyrus Cylinder. And just like that, human rights were born. The idea spread quickly to Greece, to India, and eventually to Rome. They noticed that people naturally followed certain laws, even if they weren't told to. They called this natural law, but it kept getting trampled on by those in power. Not until 1,000 years later in England did they finally get a king to agree that no one can overrule the rights of the people, not even a king. People's rights were finally recognized, and they were now safe from those in power. Kind of. It still took a bunch of British rebels declaring their independence before the king got the point that all men are created equal. Which isn't to say he liked the idea, but he couldn't stop that, and America was born. The French immediately followed with their own revolution for their rights. Their list was even longer, and they insisted that these rights weren't just made up. They were natural. The Roman concept of natural law had become natural rights. Unfortunately, not everyone was so thrilled. In France, a general named Napoleon decided to overthrow the new French democracy and crown himself emperor of the world. He almost succeeded. But the countries of Europe joined forces and defeated him. Human rights was again a hot topic. They drew up international agreements, broadly granting many rights across Europe. But only across Europe. The rest of the world somehow still didn't qualify. Instead, they got invaded, conquered, and consumed by Europe's massive empires. But then a young lawyer from India decided enough was enough. His name was Mahatma Gandhi, and in the face of violence, he insisted that all people of Earth had rights, not just in Europe. Eventually, even Europeans started to agree. But it wasn't going to be that easy. 2 world wars erupted. Hitler exterminated half the Jewish population of Earth in horrifying Nazi death camps. And all told, 90 million people died. Never had human rights been so terrifyingly close to extinction. And never had the world been more desperate for change. So the countries of Earth banded together and formed the United Nations. Their basic purpose was to reaffirm faith in fundamental human rights, in the dignity and worth of the human person. But what were human rights? Were they the proclamations of Cyrus, the natural laws of Rome, the declarations of France? Everyone seemed to have a slightly different idea of what human rights should be. But under the supervision of Eleanor Roosevelt, they finally agreed on a set of rights that applied to absolutely everyone. The Universal Declaration of Human Rights. The French concept of natural rights had finally become human rights. So, in summary, at first, only a few lucky people had any rights, until one of those guys decided, hey, other people should have some rights too, which was great, except not everyone agreed. And it only took a few thousand years of fighting and declarations and more fighting until everyone finally agreed that human rights should apply to everyone. And they all lived happily ever after. Except for one little problem. If people have the right to food and shelter, why are 16,000 children dying of starvation every day? 1 every 5 seconds. If people have freedom of speech, why are thousands in prison for speaking their minds? If people have the right to education, why are over 1 billion adults unable to read? If slavery has truly been abolished, why are 27 million people still in today? More than twice as many as in 1800. The fact is, when it was signed, the Universal Declaration of Human Rights did not have the force of law. It was optional. And despite many more documents, conventions, treaties, and laws, it's still little more than words on a page. So the question is, who will make those words a reality?
I have a dream today.
When Dr. King marched for racial equality, he was marching for rights that had been guaranteed by the United Nations for almost 2 decades. But still, he marched. When Nelson Mandela stood up for social justice in the 1990s, his country had already agreed to abolish such discrimination for almost 40 years. But still, he fought. Those who fight today against torture, poverty, and discrimination are not giants or superheroes. They're people. Kids, mothers, fathers, teachers, Free-thinking individuals who refuse to be silent, who realize that human rights are not a history lesson. They're not words on a page. They're not speeches or commercials or PR campaigns. They are the choices we make every day as human beings. They are the responsibility we all share to respect each other, to help each other, and to protect those in need. As Eleanor Roosevelt said, where, after all, do universal human rights begin? In small places close to home. So close and so small that they cannot be seen on any maps of the world. Yet they are the world of the individual person, the neighborhood he lives in, the school or college he attends, the factory, farm, or office where he works. Such are the places where every man, woman, and child seeks equal justice, equal opportunity, equal dignity without discrimination. Unless these rights have meaning there, they have little meaning anywhere.
I wasn't really going to play that, but I hit the wrong button and that showed up. So I think it was good that we watched it because I don't believe that I explained it from the beginning on what exactly human rights are. I just started the whole thing. So let me play 15. Give me 1 second. My screen is frozen. Let me stop sharing for a second. Hi there. Okay. Sorry about that. My screen got frozen. Let me reset the CD player. Still. Okay, hold on a moment. Technology. All right. Let me open up the CD player manually. Okay. DVD. All right. Let's try that again. This is human rights. Number 15.
I'm Chinese.
I am Russian.
I am East African.
I'm Canadian.
I am Filipino.
I am Irish.
I am Bulgarian. Korean.
I am American. I am Brazilian.
Italian.
Mexican. I'm British.
Swedish.
French.
I'm Israeli.
Mongolian. I'm South African.
Japanese. We are mankind.
We are mankind. Human beings all across the face of the earth with the same human rights. If this conversation resonated with you, if you saw something here, learned something, felt something, then share it with someone who may need this right now, who may need to know that, you know what, you belong. You have a right to nationality, and you have the right to change it. So nationality is not ethnicity. It's different, right? You were born with genetics that make you whatever ethnic background you are. Nationality is different. You have the right to change the nationality. I am part Filipino. I can live in the Philippines. I can live here in America and be American, or choose to live in the Philippines and have that nationality. You have the right. It is your right. So, like I said, share, like, and comment, and subscribe so that you will know the next time that I come on. And let's continue this journey through the Universal Human Rights series, because belonging changes lives. Until next time, my name is Michelle Ebalaroza Kawano, also known as Magic. Aloha and ahui ho.